Yo.
We got 3 dogs, 1 cat down here, and we got 4 animals down here today.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
3 dogs, 1 cat.
Sit
down. Sit down. This is my dog, Sam.
New guest
This is his first appearance on the
Don't you
podcast.
dare get down.
He doesn't like to sit in one place,
And
which is
he
why he's
said
normally
I'm out.
not here. Come here.
And he said, I'm out.
Come on.
Just get with the vibes, Sam. Right there.
Nobody
Get up
else
there.
is home, so you got to come hang out here.
Get up there. Nice.
Welcome back to the Uncontested Podcast.
Welcome back to the Uncontested Podcast. I am Spencer. That is Nate. That is Sam. That is Olive. I am Spencer. That is Olive. That is Sam. That is Nate.
You got a lot of energy today.
Yeah.
Feeling energetic, feeling good.
Oh. You go to a chiropractor.
I'm afraid of the chiropractor.
I want to get my shit cracked.
Clip that.
What's wrong with that?
That just sounds crazy out of context.
Just want to get my stuff,
I know, just out of context, that sounds wild. Just walk up to yo, I'm trying to get my shit cracked.
People need to get their minds out the gutter, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, me, apparently, but good to see you.
Back.
Good to see you, Spencer.
Thanks.
I see you a lot, though, so, it's not... There's a hair on my mic. Again,
Mm.
It's not that special to see you, but it's always special to see you because you are the Spencer Payne.
So it's not that special, but it is special.
It's not that special because, I see you all the time, so it's not like a special, occasion, but it's special because
every
you
time.
are who you are.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. It's special to see you, too.
Nice.
But yeah, we're back. Another episode here today. And let's kick it off, man. Song of the week. What you got for
Song of
me?
the week. I've got a Trippie Redd song.
Mr. Rage.
Trippie Redd actually just dropped an album. This song is not from that album though. I'm going 1400 999 freestyle. Trippie Redd and Juice WRLD off of, I believe it's A Love Letter to You 3. I believe what album that's the
3
album was
love
off of.
letters.
But yeah, Trippie Redd dropped an album, and I haven't listened to the whole thing yet, but I'm not impressed.
I heard it wasn't that good.
I'm not impressed. It's really fucking annoying too because, just to get on my little music shit right here for a quick second. I like Trippie Redd's music.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of his old stuff is a lot better personally.
Mr. Rage.
But this album, it sounds like he's going for a Playboy Cardi type vibe.
What?
Just really demonic, hard-hitting beats, everything like that. And my main issue, I have 2 main issues. Number 1, the whole thing sounds like it was rushed. The mixing on some of the songs is terrible. And I'm sure that's something that'll get fixed because there's no way it was by design. But the mixing and just some of the work done on some of the songs is terrible. For example, I believe the song is called Crazy Train with Travis Scott. It literally sounds like Travis Scott recorded it in a Wendy's bathroom.
Why Wendy's?
I don't know. I just feel like Wendy's would have the most
I feel like Taco
acoustics in their bathroom.
I feel like Taco Bell.
You think they got what fast food place do you think would have the most echoey bathroom? You think Taco Bell?
Well, I think echoey. The more echoey would be based on the size. So maybe McDonald's.
You think McDonald's got big bathrooms in comparison?
I feel like with those, they're all the same-ish size. I'd say McDonald's.
Okay, we'll go with McDonald's then.
All right.
It sounds like Travis Scott recorded it in a McDonald's bathroom. The beat is really quiet. His vocals are really echoey. It's just so weird. And then there's 2 songs. There's so much going on here.
I'm taking that spot. Hey, what's up,
so
Sam?
much going on
Sit.
here. Olive really just came
Sit
over
down.
and said, "Nah, this is my
down.
spot."
Sit down. No, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, just let him do his thing. I guess he'll probably give up eventually. But there's 2 songs I believe with Lil Baby on them, and the first one I saw a lot of comments that were like, "Bro, you need to get your money back for that first Lil Baby feature because it's a fast beat." And Lil Baby is tough. I'm a big Lil Baby fan. It literally sounded like he just couldn't keep up with the beat. It genuinely sounded like the beat was just moving too quick and he was just chasing it. And
You said it was a fast beat?
Yeah.
That fast?
What the fuck just happened?
You said a fast beat.
That was
Was the beat faster than
you really just sent the animals into a spiral.
I could run the 840 right now.
448?
48.
Oh, 48.
Yeah, I know. I kind of stuttered there.
Yeah. 48. I think you could.
Maybe.
But yeah, so just to, I don't want to stick on it too long. There's a couple good songs on it that I enjoyed, but my thing is like it all sounds the same. Like a lot of people say, oh, this artist sounds the same. That album to me really sounds like it's just like all a different variation of like the same song. And it's like 25 songs long. So after a while,
25 is a lot of songs.
After a while, you kind of just get bored of it. You're like, all right, like
yeah. 25 is a lot of songs for an album. I think that most albums should stick to like 10 or 12.
I think anything over like 15 is like, all right, these better be fire because you're kind of pushing it.
I feel like anything with 25 songs, like at least half of it, you're going to be like, eh.
But so that album was not that great. There's a couple songs on there that I kind of like. I think the features did kind of carry it. Obviously, I'm a big Ski Mask fan, so I liked the one with Ski Mask, but it sounds like all the other songs, so I'm really just listening for Ski Mask. Yep. And then the one with Juice WRLD is cool, but I've heard that Juice WRLD song. It was a leaked song. So now it's just changed up, different beat and everything, but it still goes. So yeah, not that great. I still might use it for a song of the week, like a song or two for song of the week at some point, because I do like a couple songs, but I'm going with an old Trippie Redd song just because I personally think this song is better than any song on that album. So 1499 Freestyle is my pick. Go listen to it if you don't know it.
Nice.
What about you? What you got this week for me?
Got Power by MDG. It's a rap song, not a house song this time. And the beat is so fire because it's like a remixed beat from, like, I don't know what the beat is, but it's like, that drum, it's like, aw, aw,
I have some news for you.
What?
That song is called Power by Kanye West.
Then I guess, I'm bad with song names. We know this.
yeah.
But yeah.
I'm not that great with song names, but that's about as much of a layup as you can have, bro.
Yeah.
The song is called Power. The sample is from a song called Power.
It all connects now. But this is like a remixed beat version of that. It's really fire. I like it a lot. I really just like the beat in it. But super tough. MDG, I have no idea who that guy is, but Power by MDG. Good song. And if you like Power by Kanye West, you'll probably like this one too. So
I'll have to check that out because I do like Power by Kanye West.
It's pretty good. I like it. But yeah, that's what we got for Song of the Week for you guys. You guys should go listen and follow our Spotify playlist. But that's what we got.
That.
Definitely do that.
Do that right now.
But I've been thinking a lot for some reason about the dentist, going to the dentist and stuff like that. And I want to ask you, what do you think is... Actually, no. I'll stick with the dentist. What flavor toothpaste would you get? And we'll say, what flavor toothpaste would you get when you were like 12 to like 16? Did you go with the normal flavor, like a mint or something, or did you go like a bubble? Because they had like bubble gum, they had like fruit, they had like...
So when I was younger, I mean, there was a point in time where they just stopped giving me options. Like they just, whatever it was is whatever it was.
Yeah.
But, when they used to give me options back when I was just a wee lad, big bubble gum guy, for sure.
Yeah.
Big.
I would usually go bubble gum. Did you go to the Ashburn Children's Dentistry over by like Potbelly and stuff?
Well,
that's where I used to go
when I was young.
Until like last year.
When I was like young, I went to where did I go? So when I was like real young, I didn't live in Ashburn. I was out in Reston.
Yeah, you're Reston.
So I went to this one guy. His name was Dr. Bob. That's literally
Dr. Bob.
That's all I remember. I don't even remember the dude.
Dental Science.
I just remember that like he was Dr. Bob. And
there are technically doctors. It's kind of crazy.
But I'm trying to think. Where did I go to the dentist when I was like in between? Because like now I go to... I don't even know what the place is called, but I go to the dentist off of Ashburn Road, like right near Whining Butcher, if you know where that is. Like I go to that one, but I don't think I've been going there the whole time. So I'm trying to think where I went beforehand, but I don't know. But that dude, I want to go to a new dentist really bad, bruh.
Will you still go to Dr. Bob?
No. I go to
the one on Whining Butcher.
One on Ashburn Road, but I just want to go to a new dentist now because I don't know the dude's name, but holy shit, he is...
What's bad about it?
So I may have mentioned this on a podcast before. I know I've talked about it before, but I don't know if it was like in an Xbox party or on a podcast, so I'll just keep it brief. But basically, this dude just talks nonstop. And like, that's whatever.
You did talk about that. And it's like when you have all that stuff in your mouth, it's like, bro, what do you expect me to say right now? He's got like
hands in my mouth, tools in my mouth, and he's asking me like questions. It's not like he's just talking. He's asking me questions, and I'm just like, bro,
well, what do you want me to do here?
And he always asks, like, I don't even know if Hunter still goes there, but he always asks, how's Hunter doing? He always asks how Renzo's doing. And I'm like,
bro, that was like 8 years ago.
I was like Hunter's good. I still talk to Hunter, but like, stop asking me about Renzo. No offense to Renzo, but like, I don't talk to Renzo. So like, you asking me how he's doing is like, I don't know either. And I can't even convey that because you got all this shit in my mouth. And so I'm just like it's easier to just be like, good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to sit there and try to explain to you that I don't talk to certain people anymore. So I just, good. But now every time I go back, he asks again. So it's like, I don't know. I'm antisocial in the sense that, like, when I'm doing, like, tasks, I just want the task to be done, get in, get out. Like, I'll go out to a bar, interact with people, whatever. That's cool. But, like, if I'm going to the dentist, going to the doctor, running to the grocery store, whatever my tasks are, I want to do it talking to as minimal people as possible. Yeah. So, like, this dude just talking to me all the time, and I can't even talk back. It's like, bro, I just want to find a dentist that'll just clean my teeth, tell me I have a cavity if I do,
fill it, it's them just trying to, like, get rid of, like, the awkward silence. But it's like, bro, you have stuff, like, you're getting worked on in the one place that allows you to talk. Like, I don't really know what you expect to do.
Yeah, like, I'd rather it be awkwardly silent because, like, there's not much I can say.
I also just don't want to say anything.
Yeah, I don't need, like I said, I just want to get in, get out type thing.
Sometimes what I would do, just like on occasion, I don't know why I would do this, but just like I can literally just humor myself just by me just doing my own thing. But like I'd be laying back sometimes, and sometimes I would just look smack in their eyes for like a couple seconds, just to make them uncomfortable to see if they would look. I don't know if they would or not, but I would just, it was funny to me in my head, so I would do it. But yeah, the dentist is crazy, man. But what do you think is worse, the dentist or the doctor?
What's worse?
Yeah, like which one would you rather not go to?
Well, I'd rather not go to my dentist just because he's annoying. But if we're talking about just the experience itself, I'd probably still say dentist. Because like they're doing all this work in my mouth, everything like that. Like it's just kind of annoying. I'm laying there, got the sunglasses on, my little spit bib, whatever, and they're rummaging around in my oral cavity.
Definitely gets more intimate when you're at the doctor because they're touching your downstairs mix up and all that.
Well, not like routinely.
Routine physical.
I mean, you're not, every time you go to the doctor, you're not going for a physical, though.
But like once a year, you're going to get your stuff touched.
I mean, I guess.
No.
But
I just remember, the only reason I say this, I remember when I was really little and I went the first time, not to get too graphic here or anything like that, but when I was really, really young, one of my testicles hadn't like descended or something like that. Or like sometimes it wouldn't, like, it would like shoot up or something.
What?
And so the doctor is just, because you need to make sure that all your stuff is like good or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And he was feeling down there, and at first he was like, I can't find the other testicle or something like that. And I was like, bro, you don't need to be saying that right now. But yeah, everything's good now. It's just, I guess they just got a little scared.
Oh my God.
Popped up there.
I would love more than anything for that to be the thing that just makes our podcast go viral. It's just you talking about your undescended testicle.
I would hope not, but yeah, it's descended.
Hey, a million views is a million views, bro. If we get 1 million views off of you saying that, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, it's descended now, so we're all good. But
I'm so glad.
It was just funny because he was trying to make a joke, and I'm like, bro, I'd rather you not make a joke while you're touching my stuff right now. But
yeah, I mean,
great guy too. I probably shouldn't give out my doctor's name.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But super cool guy.
But
and his wife works there too. They're both doctors. So
a little family practice.
And his daughter now works there too. So
huge family practice.
Yeah, keep it in the family. But yeah, I'd probably pick the dentist too.
I just think like with the doctor, it's like, yeah, you have to get a physical.
What are you?
You can't sit on the cat.
She's right there.
Lay down, bud. Just lay down.
Right here. Just sit down.
He does that shit all the time.
Sam, sit down.
He's like very unaware of things. He almost sits on the cat all the time. It's crazy. He just doesn't realize.
He's all ashamed now. I could tell.
Sam, lay down.
It's okay, bud.
Lay down. But no, I was gonna say, like, when you go to the doctor, you're not always getting a physical, so you're not always getting your junk touched or whatever. Which, even still, like, I don't know. I mean, it's just that doesn't even really bother me. Like, it's never even before, like, because obviously we had to get physicals for basketball. Like, it was a mandatory thing.
It never bothered me.
It never was like a thing where I was like, oh, I don't like. It was just like it's a medical thing. Gotta do it.
I didn't care.
It is a little like strange, but like because it's like a person that you don't really know. But like that only happens like every once in a while when you go to the doctor. The dentist, they're always in your mouth. Pause. They're always doing work on your teeth or your gums or whatever. And so stop. The pause means we're supposed to just glide past it.
My bad. Resume.
But like you know what's happening when you go to the dentist. Whereas like at the doctor, like you might be going to get a shot. You might be going because you have a cold or whatever. It's not always like them playing with your jewels. So
that one wasn't even bad because you just came out and said it. But yeah, I would probably pick the dentist too, just because it's like I guess more uncomfortable because they're just all up in there. But
I know I told the story too about like the last time I went to my children's doctor, but like that is the only reason that I would even consider picking the dentist over the doctor is just because the last time I went to the doctor, like my shit hadn't gotten, like I hadn't changed my shit over to like a regular doctor, so I had to go to my old children's doctor, and I had the nurse talking to me like I was a fucking kid.
Some of the nurses in there be bad.
Dude, it was just so uncomfortable because she's like, I heard you're getting some shots today. And I was like,
yeah.
It's like, ma'am, I think I was 20. I don't think I was 23 yet.
I'm
but regardless,
adult,
I was like 22,
How
23.
old do you think I am?
I'm like, please.
Don't talk to me like I'm a kid, bro.
I understand that you're trained to do a job and like you're doing it a certain way, but like, come on. Like, you should be able to walk into the room, see that I have a beard, a patchy beard, but a beard, and be like, oh, okay, this is an adult. I'm going to talk to him like a normal person.
How are you with shots?
I hate them.
Really?
Yeah, I am like a kid in that sense. I hate shots. I hate them. I'm just not good with needles.
Yeah, I don't really mind them at all. I don't really like getting my blood drawn too much, but I mean, I also don't really care.
See, that one freaks me out the most is like getting blood drawn. Like I will do whatever I can to avoid getting my blood drawn.
Yeah.
But obviously I know I'm gonna have to at some point. But like needles in general just freak me out. Like honestly, the main reason I haven't gotten any other tattoos is because needles freak me out. But like that one's not as bad. Like I could go get a tattoo
because they just hit it a little bit and then get off and then go back. Get off,
like
go back,
I mean, like it's not pleasant. It doesn't feel good.
I kind of like it.
You're weird.
I kind of like the feeling of it.
You're strange, but like it's not like a. For most people, I guess it's not like a pleasant feeling, but like, and I mean, my tattoos are small, so like mine were like super slight. I like they barely hurt, but I don't know. I don't like the idea of like needles going into my skin, so that kind of has prevented me from getting a tattoo, along with just like not really knowing what I want to get.
Yeah.
But I kind of have an idea of a couple tattoos I want to get now, so I'm probably gonna get a tattoo soon.
Same.
But so like that's one. It's like there's levels. It's like tattoos. It's like not that big of a deal. I can deal with it because like that the needle's not going like super deep. It's just kind of like superficial, like a superficial wound. Whereas
this man
like
gets up, it goes over there, and then just comes right back 2 seconds later. I don't understand.
Telling you, bro, my dog literally like this is why he's never chilling here on the podcast because he just can't sit still.
Yeah.
But because nobody's home right now, like he can't be anywhere else. Otherwise, he'll just fucking whine the whole time. So
yeah, but
I'm just gonna have to get comfy, dog.
I'm trying to get another tattoo. I want to get one, so I thought that I wanted to get like a half sleeve or something, or a sleeve next, which I may still want to do, but I want to get whatever I'm going to get, I want to get for Coach Koss, like in memory of him, but so I'm trying to figure out
that would be tough.
What I want to do from that aspect, trying to figure that out, but yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I do want to get one soon just because I love tattoos.
Yeah, I want to... I have like a couple tattoos I want to get, and I know I've talked about them, so I'm not going to talk about them.
I want to get like a full, but my ideal of what I want to at least end with when I'll be like content is like probably like the left pec covered down like here, essentially like from here all the way down, like right here.
So like a full sleeve into like a chest piece.
Yeah, I think it would be sick.
Yeah, I wanted to get a sleeve for a long time, and it's not that I don't now. It's just like now I'm kind of wondering, like, do I want to get a sleeve or do I want to get like a bunch of like miscellaneous tattoos and then get it turned into a sleeve? Because I used to hate like just those miscellaneous tattoos and shit.
Some of them look kind of tough.
But like now I kind of like it. Yeah. Like it's because it's kind of like it's just like
it also depends what you get to with the patchwork. Cause like there's some, and again, it's all personal preference. This is just my preference. It has nothing to do with, it's just my opinion. But like random tattoos of like say like a SpongeBob or something like that. Like I would never do that.
Yeah,
mine has to like align and like make sense.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do like. Actually, I can't even say that, bro, because like I don't know. I have just like this weird. I mean, I guess it's not weird, but like my view on tattoos has changed. Like I used to be like, oh, they have to have meaning. They have to do this. Now I'm just like, bro, like if it's cool. If I think it's cool, it doesn't have to have meaning. I'll just get whatever I like. Yeah. Like maybe for whatever reason, I do get a SpongeBob tattoo. Yeah. Like, but like my thing is like I'd probably get those in like more discreet areas. Yeah. Like I'm not just getting like a big ass tattoo of SpongeBob like on my forearm or something. That'd probably like go on my thigh or something.
They can be like covered up or whatever.
But yeah, I've kind of like my view on tattoos has always been like tattoos are cool, but like the type of tattoos I like has kind of shifted. Mm-hmm. I never really liked patchwork or like just like a bunch of small tattoos. Like the first example that I can think of is like Miley Cyrus. Like when she went through her like really weird stage of like I don't even know what she's up to these days. Like I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I.
But like when she was going through like her really odd stage, and she just had like a bunch of like 2-inch big tattoos just like all down her arm. Like it wasn't like a sleeve. It wasn't cohesive. It was just a bunch of different tattoos. I was like, bro, that looks fucking so dumb. I hate it. But now I'm kind of like, it doesn't look dumb, and like do whatever the fuck you want, you know? Yeah. So like. I'm trying to get tattoos soon, but
nice.
Everything just kind of comes back to like once I have the financial funds to do so, then tattoo, get a PC, whatever. Like all that stuff will come with due time. Right now, I'm just trying to stack up the money that I do have in case I need it for whatever reason.
I feel that. Nice. Cool, man. I like the one question you have here. If you want to read that off under life updates, that seems kind of interesting.
Yes. So this is nice little hypothetical question. You know, we love the hypotheticals here at the Uncontested Podcast. Probably saw it on TikTok. That's where I get a lot of my shit.
Jump up.
Would you rather never listen to music in the shower again or never watch YouTube while you eat again?
That's an easy one for me.
I feel like I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, never listen to music in the shower again.
Yeah.
It'd be slight for me. Just because I'm a big music in the car guy. I don't really, I mean, I have listened to music in the shower before, but I'm more of a music in the car type of guy, and I'll just crank it because luckily my car has like good speakers. Yeah. So it's nice. But I always watch something when I eat most of the time.
Yeah, I do too. Doing that. I think I would probably go the same just because like the way I look at it is like, I love to listen to music in the shower, like especially if I'm getting ready to like go out or do something. Like if like this is more like college stuff, but like if I'm going out to a party and I'm like getting in the shower, getting ready for that party, I put on some like hype ass music, get myself in the mood, everything like that. Now like I more so listen to like chill shit in the shower if I'm listening to music, but sometimes if nobody's home, I will go crazy and just throw on like Chief Keef or some shit, just like blast that. Oh my!
It really happens every fucking time.
But my thing is, I like to take like a decently long shower. Like I like the shower. It's like a nice thinking place, a nice place to listen to music, gather your thoughts, whatever. So like I do like to take a bit long showers, but like if I can't listen to music or whatever, then like I'll just shorten up my showers. Like I don't need to listen to music in the shower because I don't do it all the time either. I tend to do it whenever like I'm not disturbing anybody or like nothing's going on. So I could just not take as long of a shower, just kind of get in, get out type thing. Probably be better for time usage, but
save the water.
Same with you.
That.
Like when I'm eating, if I'm eating like alone, I'm 100% watching YouTube.
Yeah.
Like if I'm sitting at the dinner table with my family, or if I'm out eating, obviously I'm not throwing on YouTube. But if I'm just sitting in the dining room, just eating by myself, there is a 100% chance that I have YouTube on my phone. So it's like I'm eating, 2-3 meals a day, depending on the day. That's 2 to 3 times a day I'm sitting there watching YouTube. I'm only showering like once a day, maybe twice a day if I like get real sweaty or something. So,
bro, I used to, when I was little, because I didn't have a phone, obviously, so I'd have something on the TV, and if it had food in it, I would literally bring my food up to the television, touch it to the TV screen, and then eat it because I thought it tasted better. Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. I wouldn't do that like all the time, but I have done that. I did do that before.
What the is there anything kind of going off of that? Is there anything besides that you used to do or still do that like or knew made no sense, but you like did it anyway?
Well, I'm sure there is. Well, I'm like very OCD about stuff, so like I'm trying to I mean, it's not like, I guess, well, like I always make my bed. I always do that type of stuff. I always need to make sure stuff is like lined up. Like for example, like if there's something on my like dresser that's like not straight, I'll like straighten it out. Even if it's like a piece of paper or something, I'll just straighten it. I mean, you don't need to do that, but I feel like I've always done that. I used to, oh, bro, there has to be something else. You were saying something that I did before that I still do now that makes no sense, but it's just something you do.
It doesn't even have to be something that you still do now. Just like
something I used to do.
Like, is there anything that you've ever like it was something that you did, but like it wasn't like a one-off thing. It was like you've done it multiple times, and you knew it made no sense, but like it was just like that's how you did things. Because I can think of one that I do, and I still do it to this day.
I'll try to think.
If I like have a thought, and like I need to tell somebody something, or like something pops into my head, and then I forget it, I will go put myself back in the exact scenario I was when I originally thought it. Mm-hmm. Like, and it could have nothing to do with it. Like, I could be like standing in the bathroom, or let's say, like I'm standing in the bathroom in front of the sink, like brushing my teeth, and I think of something. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, I need to go tell my mom this, or oh, I need to whatever. And then, finish up in the bathroom, brush my teeth, get dressed, whatever, leave. And then I'm like, oh, fuck. I needed to do something, but I don't remember what it was. I will go, like, I'll try to think of it, and if I can't think of it, I'll go back. Like, it doesn't even matter. I could be all the way down in the basement. Like, if I was in the upstairs bathroom, I'll get up, go all the way upstairs, go stand in the upstairs bathroom, and if I still can't think of it, I'll, like, pick up my toothbrush and just be like, what was I thinking about?
They do say if you forget something, then you should put yourself in that same state. So that is kind of clever.
I do that shit all the time, bro. Yeah. Like, I'll just be sitting there and I'm like, fuck. And then I'll just like completely retrace my steps back to exactly where I was.
Can't think of anything.
I've done it sometimes too, where like I've thought of it outside and I'll go stand outside. Like I'll be like, oh, I thought of something while I was walking into the house, and I'll just go stand in my front yard.
Well, dude, I can think of a couple things. When I was little, dude, this is how I really think like I just have like some mental issues, or I did at least. But I used to, for like a good, oh God, for a good couple months, bro, at least, I thought my parents were trying to poison me and kill me. When I was little, like I wouldn't like.
Could you please explain how did you arrive to that?
I really wish I could tell you, bro. So when something gets caught in my head, it just repeats over and over and over again until like I'll almost make something that makes no logical sense a reality.
So you don't even know how that thought got like implanted in your mind?
No. I think it was just having like a lot of anxiousness and stuff as a child, and like obviously I still have some now, but maybe it was just emphasized back then. But yeah, for like a couple months, I thought that my parents were like trying to like poison me with the food they made, and my mom, like I remember one time my mom made pizza, like, why are you touching that? And I was like, I'll be honest with you, like, I'm like, is this like poisoned? And she was like, no, why would I poison your food? I was like,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
About? And I remember one time, like, this was weird. At Sean Springs football camp, I went one year, I really think it did come from just being like maybe a little too isolated or like out of my comfort zone, or maybe just like anxious and like just putting stuff into my mind that just makes no logical sense. There was one day where they made like chicken fingers or something like that, and I got like 4 or 5 chicken fingers, like different times. Would go up, get a plate, would look at it, be like, that doesn't look right, throw it away, go back up, get another one, throw it away, go back. And they're like, man, you must be really hungry. And I was like, yeah, but really in my head I'm just like,
I haven't eaten a single one.
I haven't eaten anything just because I think that it's like poison. And there was another time that I thought like people were like, I wouldn't want people to take my picture because I thought they were gonna like send it to like the mob and like I'd get killed or something like that.
Dude, your mind is
This was all when I was like maybe like 8 to 10 or something like that.
You might have something, bro.
Oh, for sure.
You might have something.
For sure. Luckily now it's not like that at all, which is good.
The mob is crazy. What?
Yeah, I don't know. And again, maybe I'm like overemphasizing it because it's been so long ago. But this is, I mean, I feel like that's kind of hard just to make up. You know what I mean? But
if you're making that up, that's honestly impressive at that point.
But yeah, and again, that was like maybe like a month or 2 stint. Luckily, it wasn't something that like I needed to like
a permanent thing.
No, I didn't need to get like help.
You start hearing voices in your head.
Yeah, but I really think that just came from me. Just again, like turning something that is so illogical and just doesn't make any sense, and you almost talk yourself into it making sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so. That literally had nothing to do with things I guess it kind of was things I used to do that just made no sense because it didn't make any sense. But yeah, that's all I can really think of. I guess another one would just be, and this is kind of just a Hooper thing, but like you walk through class, or like you're going down the hallway, or like walking by somebody.
Touch the top of the door.
Well, there's that, but
you just hit people with crossovers.
Yeah, or like I'll big like behind the back, just like trying to like get through or something like that. I would always do that.
I still do that. I'm not gonna lie.
I do too.
Like if I'm walking through big crowds of people, I'm just Euro stepping.
Yeah, I would always do that.
I don't really do the touch the top of the door thing, but I used to actually do that all the time.
I still do that.
Every doorway I'd walk through, just touch the top.
Now usually I'll just put my hand up, and if it hits it, it hits, and if not, then I just look stupid. But
just walking through like this.
Yeah, but yeah, those were some things that I used to do that made no sense. I don't think there's anything else.
There's a lot of things that like hoopers and athletes do that are just like weird. Like I feel like every athlete, even if you say you're not superstitious, is like kind of superstitious in like a weird way.
I wear the same socks. I had this pair of Jordan socks I'd wear almost every game senior year just because
I had I think it was sophomore year. I had a stretch where I had like 4 or 5 games in a row that were like really good, like 18 plus points or whatever. Like I remember it was like whatever it was, there was like 4 or 5 games where it was like really solid games in a row. And I remember I can't remember if it was after the first or second game of that stretch, I took my shoes off, in the locker room, as you do, and there was a quarter in my shoe. And I was like,
kept it in there.
I was like, how the fuck did a quarter end up in my shoe? How did I not feel this? Like, and so for basically however long, I kept the quarter in my shoe.
That's funny.
And then I had like one bad game where
quarter goes out.
I was like, quarter's done.
Yeah.
But like for like 5,
you're probably after that, you're like, why the fuck did I have a quarter in my
literally,
shoe?
But like for like 5 games, I was like, I'm putting the quarter in my shoe.
Whatever works, man.
And I also because I've had my grandma's chain for a long time, I would take that off, and I mean this wasn't just like I just did this all the time. This isn't like one of those things that like makes no sense. It's just like those like I don't even know if it's superstitious, but like because obviously basketball you can't have like chains and stuff on.
Yeah, I
would take it off and put it in my sock. And it was just like, and that wasn't like a good game bad game type thing. It was just it was always in my sock.
Yeah,
every game ever since I've had it, like it was in my sock type thing. So.
Nice.
Sports are very superstitious. People do like weird shit, but like
if it ain't broke, don't fix them.
It works.
Yeah.
People that don't like wash their compressions or whatever that's weird.
Yeah, that's a little much.
If you're one of those people, or like football, you don't wash your jock strap or whatever. Like, bro, if you don't, if you're not washing things.
Bro, I never wore a jock strap for anything ever. I hated it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like a played out. I don't think anybody really wears a jock strap now.
I remember for baseball, though, they always want us to wear it. I think I did. I only played baseball for like 1 year, but I just remember I used to hate wearing that thing, bro. It was so uncomfortable.
Like wearing a cup?
Cup, yeah. Is a cup the same thing as a jock strap?
Yes and no. Like a jock strap is... A jock strap is basically like a thong.
Okay.
It's literally just like a strap that like holds it.
Yeah.
But like for like me, like obviously I played baseball all the way up until high school growing up, so I'm very familiar with cups. Like you would just basically just get compression pants that had like a slot for it. Like it wasn't like you were wearing a jock strap. But like I know jock straps were like a big thing like a long time ago, but like I don't think anybody really wears those shits anymore.
That, bro.
I hated it. Cups, yeah, I never liked wearing a cup. When I was a kid, and I actually used to like finesse it sometimes, because back when you played like little league baseball, like they were very serious about like making sure you're safe, because it's like it's all kids, whatever.
Yeah,
they're very serious about that shit. I remember there was a couple times they had us do cup checks. Like they had like all the players line up, and the umpires just walked by, and you had to tap on your cup.
Okay, I thought you were about to say the umpire.
No,
the
umpire ain't touching you. That's
crazy.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah,
but like the umpire would just walk by and you'd have to literally like knock on your cup. And once I got, I think it was like majors, because it was still little league, because they still did them. But because like once you got to like juniors and shit, like Babe Ruth, whatever league you played in, they didn't care. Like if you chose not to wear a cup, if you got hit in the nuts, that was your fucking fault.
Yeah.
But like I think it was like majors. I remember they would do cup checks, and they wouldn't do them all the time, but they would do them sometimes, and it was always before the game. And they would if they did a cup check, I'd have my cup in, but after it was done, I would take it out and put it in my bag, and like then just play the game without it. So I was always running that risk of getting hit in the nuts, and them knowing that I did, which again, like they're not gonna. In my head, I was like, oh, what if they find out I'm not wearing a cup? What the fuck would they?
They're not gonna do nothing.
The worst that's gonna happen is, oh, you got hit in the nuts.
It's your fault.
Damn. But like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna like suspend me from playing because I took my cup out?
No.
Like, but in my head, that's what they were gonna do at the time.
Yeah.
But I always used to do that. I would right after like the pregame lineups, national anthem, whatever. Did they even do the national anthem? I don't know. But like we would line up, whatever. Then I would take my cup out, just toss it in my bag, and just go play, because I hated wearing those shits. They were always uncomfortable as fuck.
Yeah. No.
But they did save me a couple times. I'm not going to lie. There are a couple times where I was wearing cups that they ended up coming in clutch. The only time I would 100% wear a cup is when I was, there was a 1 year of juniors that I played catcher. Like I'm wearing a cup. If I'm playing catcher,
should if you're playing catcher, bro.
Like that was the only time, because like juniors, I never even really wore one, because I was just like, fuck it. Like I feel like I'm competent enough that I can field the ball and not get hit in the nuts. And if I do,
it's your fault.
Oh well. But like when I was playing catcher, I was like, I'm wearing
catcher's
a cup.
the one you should definitely.
I'm not taking any chances with that one.
Nah, dude. There was one time that I was playing lacrosse. I was actually pretty decent in lacrosse up until probably like my last year or two. I just didn't really care as much. Kind of just went with the flow. But there was 1 year, I was playing attack, and that year I would like pretty much every game I was scoring. Some games like 2 or 3 goals. Like I would go kind of dumb. And there was one game that I was going in, and I shot, and it hit the goalie right in his nuts, and he definitely didn't have a cup on, I don't think. Or maybe he did, I don't know. But it literally got stuck there, and he went, oh, and then it just dropped into the goal.
So you scored too?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was so tough. It was so tough.
Bro, that's just insult to injury right there.
Yeah, bro. It's you gotta protect.
Yeah, I feel like any situation where like you are having projectiles launched at you at a high speed, like that's the position you're playing, you should probably wear a cup.
Yeah, probably.
Like baseball, if you're playing like shortstop, left field, like if you're playing anywhere that's not a catcher, I feel like you can get away with it. There are some positions where like you might want to consider it. Like honestly, if I was a third baseman, I'd consider it, just because balls come at you very fast from off the bat when you're playing third base. It's called the hot corner for a reason.
Yeah.
But so like even third base, I'd consider it. But like catcher, 100% wearing it. Goalie in any sport, 100% wearing it. Like, I'm not taking... Your job is to have things thrown at you and stop them with your body. So, like, why would I take any chances on getting hit in the nuts? And
Yeah. Don't want that.
because that's, like, the worst pain.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Hurts bad.
It does hurt bad, bro.
Hurts real bad.
It does hurt bad.
And then it makes your stomach hurt.
Yeah.
It's not...
I don't even like thinking about it.
It's not fun.
No.
Not fun at all.
But do you ever have the primal urge just to ride a horse?
See, this is what I'm talking about.
What?
How your brain, like, bro, when you die, hopefully it's a long ways away.
I hope so.
Fingers crossed. But whenever you die, someone needs to do a study on your brain. You need to sign like a waiver or something that says like fucking scientists can study your brain to see like how that shit operates, because the things that come out of your mind and the timing is just like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Where did the primal urge to ride a horse come from?
I don't know. I just remember when I've never really ridden a horse, or when I was like really little, we go on like those little like horse rides or whatever, but I want to get like a full grown horse, and like obviously like I want it to be like my own, and like we have that trust and that bond, and I just want to go like just freaking just get out in the pasture and just go nuts. Like a lasso, like get like have like my like herd dog, whatever you want to call it, and it like herds in the sheep and all that.
Sheepdog.
I kind of want to be a cowboy, is essentially what I'm saying. I think I'd be a good cowboy.
You think?
Mm.
What qualities do you have that would make you believe you would be a good cowboy?
I don't really know. I mean, I assume I'm physically fit. I got pretty good balance, strength to like stay on the horse and all that type of stuff. I'm loud. I feel like most cowboys are loud. Having to call in the, whatever. I call
mean,
the sheep.
Sure.
I don't know. I feel like I could look good in a cowboy hat and a pair of jeans, some boots.
That's the qualifications for a good cowboy. You look good in the outfit.
Yeah. I'd also wouldn't mind just having a little pouch of dip in. What other qualifications could there be? Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I think you'd be really good at? In the same kind of world, but like a completely different scenario. I feel like you'd be a really good rodeo clown.
Rodeo? What's a rodeo clown?
You don't know what a rodeo clown is?
Is that the ones that I'm thinking of? I don't know why I'm thinking of like a bull, like the ones that like get the bull away from the people that are riding it, and the people
that's a rodeo clown.
Oh, that's a rodeo clown?
Yeah.
Why do you think I'd be good at that?
Because like...
I'd be terrified. Are you kidding me?
I mean, maybe, but I feel like you would be...
Bro, I'm a big bastard. You really think I'm getting away from a bull?
You're pretty athletic.
Yeah.
Like...
I could not do that, bro. I'd be too terrified.
You don't think you could be one of these guys?
Bro, I can't be wearing that on my face.
Come on, bro. You can't tell me you wouldn't be able
to.
I'd
get my shit messed up.
Bro, they're so like, but the thing is,
I feel like all these guys are like small and just need to be like quick. I mean, I get like I'm like kind of quick, I guess.
Like you're like athletic, but like you're also like naturally entertaining. So I feel like you'd be good at like
until I get a horn in me and then I just get pummeled to the dirt. Look up how often do rodeo clowns die. Because I feel like it'd almost be...
I just accidentally opened Mathway.
Maybe not a higher percentage than the people who are riding them, but...
How often do rodeo clowns die? Is there going to be an answer for this? The hidden horror of being a rodeo clown is the first thing that came up. My short, unhappy life as a rodeo clown.
Yeah, see, this doesn't seem like a profession that...
The main priority of the bullfighter... Okay, what... It's too many words, bro. I don't care.
They probably don't... I don't know if they would have a statistic on something like that, but...
I just want to see if there's, like...
Compilation.
I just want to see if there's, like, a video of rodeo clowns. No ads. We don't give ads out here. I just want to see if there's like, just show them doing things. I don't want to hear y'all talk. Like you're telling me, I feel like you'd be kind of good at this. All right, well, like you're telling me you can just finesse your way around a bull. Look, you got like barriers. Look, come on, you're protected.
I'm going up against a thing that is pissed off.
Yo,
and
why is he trying to stop the bull while the guy's still on it? Isn't that
going against something that literally wants to kill me?
I mean, that's just kind of life, big dog.
I guess. Well, not really though.
Kinda.
Not on a daily basis.
But you don't know.
I mean, what do you bite? What?
You don't know. There could be every day you're out there existing in the world, there could be somebody who's trying to kill you. They just haven't gone close enough yet.
Good luck trying.
Or like that hypothetical question from TikTok again. Like you get like $1 million or whatever it is, but there's a snail that's trying to kill you.
Oh. Yeah, I would do that.
Like you don't.
If I see the snail, I'm stomping that joint.
No, but if it touches you, then you die.
Oh, so I'm not worried about that.
Like, then you'd
Guess what? I would have loads of salt on me at all times.
You'd be living life every day with something that's trying to kill you.
Not gonna lie to you, I'd forget about it probably in a week.
The thing is, you would have to like move somewhere, like get on a flight, move somewhere really far away, because the snail's got to travel. So like even if you move across the country,
I could literally move to a different state and the snail's not getting there within my lifetime. No chance it is.
How fast do snails travel?
Bro, it's a snail.
But like how fast do they travel?
Think about how long it would take a snail to get from one end of think about how long it would take a snail to get from one end of a 100-yard field to the other. Days.
Do you think?
At least a couple of days.
Days? Garden snails travel at 0.03 miles per hour. So
that's literally this fast.
How long is this going to go on?
That's it. But if I'm in a different state and I move, there's no way it's getting me in my lifetime.
I'm not good at math. I'm trying to math it out here. So if they travel at 0.03 miles per hour.
The average walking speed, I would say, is probably around 3 miles an hour, maybe a little bit less. So it's not even doing.
But I'm trying to do the football field math. So I'm trying to.
It's doing it's doing a 100th of that speed.
So 0.03 miles per hour. That means
essentially it takes 100 times as long for it to get there.
But would that take days for a snail to go length of a?
I feel like we don't know this.
We are not good enough at math to figure this out. How
far can snails travel in 1 hour? There you go, right there. It's right under there, where people also ask. Relatively 1 meter per hour.
1 meter per hour. So how many meters is a football field?
Well, how many? I can find that out. How many meters are in 110 yards? 110 yards is 100 meters. So it's taking 100 hours. So it's taking 100 divided by 24. That's essentially like 4 days, give or take.
5 days. No,
4 days.
4 and some change.
Yeah. So it's taking 4 days for it to travel just 100 yards, bro.
What do snails do?
Like coat stuff.
But like
with their slime.
Like you ever just be like chilling?
That's kind of weird.
You ever just be like chilling, like when you were a kid and you see a snail? Like it's not like the snail snuck up on you. What's it doing there? Like, how far is it from its home?
It probably has something to do with, because you always see snails, like, under stuff. Like, I remember when I was really little, I used to go across the street, or I would go, like, behind my house, because there was always that thing where, like, the rain would, like, run off into that little, I don't know what you call them, but I'd essentially lift them up, and there'd be snails under there, and I'd go inside and get salt and just sprinkle it on them and watch them die.
Damn, you're sadistic.
I used to eat ants. I'd, like, rip the legs off of them.
I'm worried about you.
Yeah. I didn't do it a lot. I stopped doing it because it was...
Well, I would hope you're not still doing it. If you're eating ants as a full-grown man, we have a problem.
Like, hey, when you're, like, 8, the ages from, like, 6 to, like, 10,
It's just like anything goes.
Yeah, and like you just don't even know who you are yet, so you're just trying out everything.
I just like, what do snails do? Because like clearly, if it takes them that long to travel that far, like they're not going very far from like their like. Do snails have a home? Because like I know they have a shell, so like the shell is just their home. So like, are they just permanently like mobile, but like not really?
Well, not all snails have shells, though.
Isn't a snail without a shell a slug?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Or is that like completely different?
That seems like it would be the same thing. I don't know.
I was just thinking of SpongeBob. I know Gary's got a shell.
Yeah.
But
also, why did he meow? Like he's
probably
a cat. That was their version of a cat, maybe?
Yeah. Because like you can't really have a cat underwater, and like snails don't really make sounds.
There was a Jesus. Sandy's a chipmunk? No, whoa, what am I doing? Sandy Bro, what is she?
Come on, you got it. You got it.
I can't think right now.
Come on, Sandy Cheeks, what is she?
Chipmunk? No. Sandy the
It's right in front of you, bro. It's a layup. Not literally in front of you, you fucking...
Oh, no. Sandy It has to be an S. Squirrel, Jesus.
Thank you. Holy
Jesus.
shit.
But yeah, there were squirrels underwater, so...
Well, yeah, but she was like in a whole dome bubble, like Gary couldn't...
Here's my thing. How was she even able to construct that underwater if she was...
There's a lot of things that if we really sat there and thought about it, doesn't work.
Well, she probably put the helmet on first and then went down there and started to build it and probably did it at short intervals of a time and then went back up to land and then did the same thing.
How do you get, like, because if you're building that, like, there's still going to be water in it. How do you get the water out once you build it?
Oh, out of the I see what you're saying.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because that's like a thing that could be like applied in like underwater domes or anything like that. Like once you get on, like if they're small, like you can just suck the water out. But if it's like a big ass dome, like how do you get the water out? Because if you open the door, water's just gonna rush in.
You know what I would think? I think that you put that down there and then somehow you carve a little opening in the top of it. You have some type of suction unit that's attached to land that goes all the way down into it, goes into the little glass opening, sucks all of that out, and then somehow you have some type of mechanical device that once all the water is sucked out is able to simultaneously close it up. But then once you get back into it, that's the other thing too. But then I guess you could just have like a door where there's like two sets of doors. One of them's the door that gets you into like a little enclosure right there. And then you'd have to figure out how, once you close that door, all that water gets out of there. Maybe it's another type of suction unit thing. Mm-hmm. And then you're able to get into the second door that then the whole glass enclosure doesn't have any water in it.
What about oxygen? That seems like a whole different problem.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able
Here's
to
my
answer
thing.
that.
Like, taking this to a real life application, like underwater tunnels and shit. Like, think of like, I don't know if I'm sure you have, but like if you ever like drive down to Virginia Beach, they've got like those bridge tunnels where it's like a bridge, but then it goes down underwater. How the fuck, anything underwater, but those specifically, how the fuck did they build those?
Yeah.
How do you build an underwater tunnel?
I don't know. That's all that science, man.
And also like, just crazy to think about. Like, you're just driving, like, because obviously Grace, her family lives in Virginia Beach. Like, I've been down there to visit her, and I've been to Virginia Beach other times. When you go through those bridge tunnels, like, you're on a bridge, and then it just turns into a tunnel. Like, it just goes underwater. Like,
yeah.
How? How do you just have a tunnel underwater? Like, the craziest part is, like, there's a lot of traffic that ends up happening in those. Like, can you please lay down? But, like, imagine being in traffic underwater. Like, you're sitting in traffic, and, like, you don't think about it because, like, you're in a tunnel, so it's just like, oh, yeah, I'm in traffic. But, like, if you really think about it, being in traffic in a tunnel or just being in a tunnel is crazy in general because it's like...
I'd rather be in traffic on a bridge than I would be in a tunnel.
Really?
Yeah, because if you're in traffic in an underwater tunnel...
Yeah.
If you're in traffic in an underwater tunnel, if that leaks through, you're already dead.
Yeah.
If you're, I mean, again, probably the same thing with a bridge too, because it's probably going to be a bridge that's kind of high up. But at least that if you did fall, let's say the fall doesn't kill you, you still have a chance to get out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you're toast if you're
just
underwater. Shit
like that is like, if you're sitting in traffic in one of those tunnels, you're literally sitting in a car underwater. And then fuck it. Even regular tunnels, like a lot of times tunnels go through like mountains. You are sitting in traffic under a mountain.
Yeah.
Like you're literally under just a massive rock.
Yeah.
How did people, how? Like, I understand there's a lot of science, everything
Sure.
makes sense in that capacity. Like it's math and all that shit. But like my brain is just like, how does that work?
Yeah.
How do you have a tunnel underwater? How did you build a tunnel under a giant mountain? Like, how did you...
I'm not smart enough to know these answers.
How is all that weight of that mountain not collapsing the tunnel? Like...
Gotta be... I don't even know, bro. You gotta be a very high-level engineer to know all that.
Shout out to you engineers out there, because
Shout out to engineers.
The closest thing I've ever come is back in like tech ed when we had to build like those toothpick bridges.
I was nice at the Balsa Wood Tower.
Oh, is that... Oh, yeah.
Mine did really good.
I don't even remember. I think I was in a group with like Hunter and Danny Sullivan, and I think ours was shit.
I'm sure it was.
But we like... I don't know. I just feel like it probably was shit because I know it was in my group. Yeah. But fuck, it's gone. I had to sneeze.
When that happens.
But when you were in 8th grade, what who was your? Do you remember who your 8th grade science teacher was?
Science teacher?
Did you have? Yeah. It doesn't really matter.
I know who it was, but I can't think of her name.
Was it the blonde lady?
Yeah,
Miss Collins.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She was cool. I liked her.
Yeah, I did too. So then you should have done this. Did you have to do the like egg drop thing,
mm-hmm.
where you were given an egg and you had to build some type of thing for it to survive a certain fall or whatever?
Yeah.
Did yours succeed?
I can't remember, but off default, I would say it probably didn't.
I remember that mine did, and I was genuinely surprised that it did.
Dude, I feel like half the time it's just not even what you build; it's just getting lucky on the drop.
Pretty much because I don't remember what I built, but I remember like I'm pretty sure I literally just built like because you had to build it out of what, like paper, right, or something.
I think so. I think it was just paper.
Like I remember I had like a cylinder. I basically made. Like, I just taped a cylinder, made like a little like glass, like a little cup almost, and I just stuffed a bunch of paper in the bottom, and I was like, this is not going to fucking work. But then it worked, and I was like...
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, you just got to do something that just softens the impact. Like, nothing else that you're going to make is going to do anything.
I remember there was one girl in my class who was like super smart. She tried to make a parachute.
Probably failed miserably.
It was hilarious. Yeah. I'm not gonna say her name or anything, but she was like one of those like smart stuck up kids that like I'm smart and I know I'm smart type shit.
Yep.
And I don't know what, like, I mean, 8th grade, I guess your brain's not even remotely close to being fully developed, but I don't know what possessed her to believe that she could make a parachute out of a piece of paper, but she tried it. Did not work.
No.
Speaking of that though, that class is actually the first time that I had to write like a actual like lengthy paper.
I remember that.
You remember when we had to do that, like that long ass paper? It had to be like at least like 15 pages or some shit like that. Do you remember what you wrote yours on?
No.
I wrote mine on basketball. Because I remember
I probably did the same thing.
I found it recently. I don't remember where I found it. It might be on my old laptop actually. But I remember, because that's the only reason I remember this, because I saw it recently. It was like, and then it brought back all these memories, because it was like she had a list of topics that you could choose, or you could choose your own topic, but it had to get approved. And bro, I had to finesse my way into getting her to approve basketball. I was like, there's so much science in basketball.
I mean, there is though.
I mean, there is, but like, even when I was
saying it, I'm pretty sure I did basketball. I'm sure I did.
Even when I was saying it, I was like, I don't know if I can write 15 pages on basketball. Like the science of basketball.
Was it at least double spaced? Probably.
I don't know. I don't remember. But like, I just remember that being like a really long paper that we had to write. Because like, this was middle school. Like, you know, we've had like the longest papers we ever had to write was like a couple pages. like write a paper on this book or whatever. That was like 15 pages or whatever, and I was like, damn. And it's like all research.
I was so good at finessing papers, bro, because I remember we had to do like the same thing for, I think it was maybe freshman year of high school or something like that. It was like a 15, 20 page paper. And luckily my teacher like liked me a lot or whatever, so that kind of helped. But I remember I was like logistically thinking about it. I was kind of ahead of the curve, bro. Just thinking about, I'm like, okay, I'm writing a 15 to 20 page paper right now. If I was in this position and I assigned people 15 to 20 page papers, I know damn well I myself wouldn't assign it if I was going to actually read the entire thing. Because I'm making way more work for myself, and why would I want to do that logistically? It makes absolutely no sense.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would do is I'd make the first couple pages really good and chock full of stuff and whatever. And then I remember on this paper, I literally just went to the websites and took the entire thing of whatever the topic was on, copied
Straight plagiarism.
pasted it, made sure that it lined up, all that type of stuff, good stuff. Then I went in, and to make sure it wasn't plagiarized, I would take out some words, fill them in with other words, take out some sentences, make them into my own words. But the majority of it was pretty much just copy and paste, and I just need to fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
So I did that for the 15, 20 page paper, and I got like an A on it, or A plus or whatever. And then I remember my one friend, she like grinded on it, like wrote all of it herself, blah blah blah, this is that, got like a C minus or something.
Bro, did you ever reuse papers? Like,
No.
I did. Obviously not like in college or anything, because like there's way too much. Like,
well, maybe I did. Maybe I took parts of the papers. Not like I never took a whole paper.
Oh, I did. There was in 9th grade and 10th grade. So I wrote a paper in 9th grade for an English class, and then in 10th grade, I don't remember what it was, but I remember it was like a similar topic, and I was like, that paper would work. And I literally just found it on my computer, printed it back out, and turned it in. And I got I don't know what I got, but I know I got a good grade on it because I remember that. Definitely not the most honorable thing to do. No. But like, bro, I'm sorry, but high school is literally like just like middle school and high school are just getting by, bro. Just like whatever you can do.
I was such a tryhard back then, though.
See, I was like the complete opposite.
Nobody ever expected it, though. Like, nobody, because I mean, dude, I hung around with a bunch of, I love them. Like,
just a bunch of idiots.
Bunch of idiots, bro.
Yeah.
Like, people probably thought I was stupid because I hang out with the kids I hang out with. And then they would see me and like, I was never one to be like, this is what I have in this class. You know what I mean? I didn't care.
Yeah.
But I had like a 4.3 GPA in high school.
Oh, you're tough.
Yeah, I was nice.
See, I had kind of the opposite problem is like, you know, not to flex or anything, but like I was just like naturally smart in like middle school.
See, I kind of was, but I knew that I had to make up for it, so I kind of had to
like
study.
In middle school, I just like did well on pretty much everything without really trying. Like, you know, I'm not trying to brag, but like again, it's fucking middle school. Like I'm actually not bragging because like nobody fucking cares.
A lot of people probably did the same. Yeah.
But like I remember 6th grade, I got a 600 on all 3 SOLs. Don't know.
Jesus. I never got a 600.
I got a 600 on all 3 SOLs.
That's crazy.
And so, you know, well, if you never got a 600, you might not know, fucking loser. But
I don't think I ever did.
They, at least for us, because you were a grade behind, so like our dean was Dean Hume. And if you got a 600 on the SOL, they did a thing called Donuts with the Dean.
Oh, yeah.
And you would go down to like the dean's office.
You did that 3 times.
I literally missed a whole block of class because it was like 30-minute increments.
Oh, that's tough.
And each period was an hour and a half.
Donuts.
Each block was an hour and a half long, and each like the donuts thing was during like 3rd block or 2nd block or whatever. Or it was probably during like 1st or 2nd block because it's donuts, so like morning time. But like each one was 30 minutes long because there was only 3 SOLs, so it was like 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, and so like. I remember being in class, like I got to class and they came over to the intercom and they were like, if you got a 600 on whatever SOL was first, the English SOL, head on down to the dean's office. So I went down to the dean's office, got donuts, blah, 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 whatever. And like, it's like multiple people, like it's like everybody who got a 600 on any particular SOL. So I was sitting there like, you know, chatting with like some of my friends or whatever, and also Dean Hume. And then everybody got dismissed back to class. And I go up to Dean Hume and I was like, can I just stay here? And he was like, did you get a 600 on a second SOL? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, well, which one is it? Because we're doing English next or math or whatever. Like, he was like, we're doing this one next. So if you didn't get a 600 on that one, you'll have to go back to class and then come back for the third one. And I was like, first of all, that's kind of dumb. Like, why don't I just stay here for an hour and then go back to class? But I was like, I actually got a 600 on all three. And he was like, and it was so funny because
he didn't believe you.
He didn't really like believe me, but like it was because I was also like a troublemaker. Like, I wasn't a bad kid, but I would just always do stupid shit.
Yeah.
And I would just always be in trouble. So like Dean Hume knew me like fairly well. And I don't want to say he didn't like me because we actually like got along all right, but like he knew like I was always up to some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I got a 600 on all three. And he was like, did you really? And I was like, yes. And like there was like a piece of paper that like you had to like show them.
Check the paper, and then
I was like,
damn.
I was like, look, and it had 600 on all three. And he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, dude, honestly, like in my head, I was like, I don't know either. Like I don't know. And it was funny actually. Kind of a side note. In sixth grade, we had the college and sixth field trip where we went to Georgetown.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad was a chaperone.
Had some gas food there.
You good? They had their food, their little like dining hall. I bet it probably wasn't even that good.
I got in so much trouble on that trip.
I bet it wasn't even that good, but like in comparison, it probably was.
I got in so much trouble on that trip. Oh my God. The chaperone hated me, bro.
Bro.
Because she would tell me to stop doing something. And dude, I was just a loud kid.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, okay. And then I'd just go off ahead, like be running around, yelling at my friends, all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hated me. She's like, I'm going to tell the dean or something like that. I was like, okay. Bro. She didn't do it.
I actually want to circle back to this real quick to like kind of wrap things up because I have another story, like not about that trip, but like a similar kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of getting back to what I was saying, my dad was a chaperone for that trip. And right outside the gym, they had like a poster board or a bulletin board or whatever you want to call it. And it had everybody who got a 600 on any given SOL. And like my dad was looking at it. And I guess I didn't tell him because like he told me this story. I don't even remember this happening, but like he told me he was waiting for all the kids to be called down to go on the trip because he was chaperoning. And he saw my name was on all three SOLs. And he was just like, what the fuck? Like, why wouldn't you tell me that? And I guess I was just like, I don't know. I didn't really think it was that big of a deal. Yeah. But like, there wasn't that many. I don't think I was the only one. I think there was like 4 or 5 kids that did it. But like, I was just naturally good at all that shit in middle school. And then once I got to high school, like the first couple years of high school, I just didn't try at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like freshman year, I like did like pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think I got like a D in English.
Yeah.
How the fuck you get a D in English?
Yeah,
I don't know.
bad.
But then like sophomore year, I did a little bit better. And then like junior and senior year, like, you know how like when we were in high school, everybody says like junior year is the hardest year?
Yeah.
I bodied junior year.
I did
like
too.
like 4.2 GPA junior year.
I bodied pretty much. I'm gonna be honest. I bodied every year of high school.
Like I think I finished. I
never had
high
below
school,
a 4.0 in any year.
I did, but
Yeah.
I think I finished with like a 3.8, which like I was still happy
Still
with
very
considering
good.
the first couple years I didn't try at all.
No.
But like I just remember everybody was like, "Oh, junior year is the hardest year. Junior year is gonna be hell." And I was like, "Bro, junior year was so."
It high key
slight.
was just because there was like some big projects and stuff, but it still wasn't that bad. In my opinion.
Did you have Mr. Williams for science when you were in ninth grade? Or did you have Mr.
Yeah.
Lee?
I had Mr. Williams.
Did you have to do like the Cornell notes?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, this is how notes are gonna be when you're in college and everything
nobody
like that."
did that.
I've never seen a Cornell note page ever again.
Half the time, I literally wouldn't do them.
The two things that a teacher told me would be used for the rest of my life that I've never seen again: Cornell notes, cursive.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking writes in cursive.
No.
The only time you write in cursive when you sign something. That's it. That's it. But they swore in 4th grade, they were like, "Yeah, you'll use this for the rest of your life."
Yep.
No, you won't. But circling back to the college trip.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, that trip itself was great.
Yeah, it was.
I enjoyed that trip. It was a lot of fun. And like you said, the food was fire. But like I said, I don't think it. I really don't think it was.
Probably not.
I just remember that they had an ice cream machine.
It was just crazy. We saw like burgers and fries and chicken nuggets and tenders and all that stuff. They were like, wow, we don't have this at our school, or it's not as good.
Yeah, because like I think of like VCU's dining hall, and I'm like, wow, their dining, like obviously like
JMU's dining hall was gas.
VCU's was shit.
JMU had really, really good food.
VCU's was terrible unless you used extra swipes for like the steak night or sushi night. They had like a chef come in and like make sushi, or had a chef come in and make steaks on certain nights, and you had to use extra swipes. That shit was gas, but like the regular food.
Yeah, JMU is known for good food.
I literally only used, I think Tech is too, right? Doesn't Tech have like a top dining hall in the country or something?
Apparently.
I've never had it, but
I don't think I did either.
I just remember like VCU, the only time, because as a freshman, obviously you had to have swipes at VCU, because you had to have a dining plan. I would only ever use my swipes at the dining hall, like for breakfast in the morning. I would just go get cereal. Like I'd literally use a swipe to go get a bowl of cereal, or sometimes I would swipe just to go to the ice cream machine.
Crazy.
Like I barely ever actually ate at the dining hall because it was like not good.
Yeah.
The Schaefer shits are a real thing. But kind of going off of the college in 6 trip to Georgetown. Were they all to Georgetown? Like, did you go to Georgetown?
Yeah, I went to Georgetown.
But we so again, little flex. I was in Spectrum, which was like the smart kid thing.
Yeah.
Side note, really pissed me off because I only got half of a study hall block. I want the full study hall block.
Yeah, I didn't do Spectrum. I think, didn't you have a choice to do it if you wanted to?
I mean, you technically did, but I didn't have a choice because my parents were like, you're doing it.
I didn't do Spectrum. I'm pretty sure I could have done it if I wanted to, but I was like, nah.
I was in Spectrum because I was in Futura in elementary school, which was way better than Futura was way cooler than Spectrum because it was like once a week you get on a bus and you go to a different school.
Yeah. Also,
so weird.
Yeah.
Like such a random thing. Like, because we would get on a bus once a week and go from Dominion Trail to Countryside Elementary. Like, what was the point of that? Why didn't we just do it at our school?
They just want to give you something. I don't even know, bro. They just want to find something for kids to do.
Like, I don't understand what the point of that was, but I remember it. Like, we would once a week, I would be at Countryside Elementary School for like the whole day, like in their cafeteria. Everything. It was like my secondary school. It was weird, but way cooler than Spectrum because Spectrum was just like a tiny little classroom in the back of the fucking middle school. But in Spectrum, we did a college field trip. Like we went to a college campus. It was I don't know how to say it properly. Gallaudet, whatever it is.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
The deaf college. Also, I believe that's also in DC or like somewhere the DC area. I don't even remember. I just remember being there. Again, like I don't even know how to preface this because it's gonna sound fucked up, but it's genuinely not. The quietest motherfucking field trip I've ever been on in my life.
Yeah.
Like walking around that campus was like genuinely like weirdly uncomfortable because it was just so silent.
Yeah.
And like that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And I'm not, I'm shaming anybody for being deaf, but like as somebody who can hear, and again, being in middle school, I was a loud, obnoxious troublemaker. Just walking around like I can't cause any trouble. Like I'd feel fucked up if I'm causing any trouble here. And also if I cause any trouble, I'm gonna get caught because it's silent here.
Yeah.
My teacher's gonna hear anything I do, say, or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, it was, bro, so like it made me slightly uncomfortable, not because of anything other than the silence. Like I was just like,
I
bro,
could imagine that would be kind of weird having like going to a place where, again, everybody like there's nobody's saying anything.
Like everything obviously was like sign language and everything. I was just like, because we were like in the whole purpose of it was in Spectrum, we were like learning sign language a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I remember at one point they had us like try and like talk, like some of the students like volunteered to like sit down and like groups and talk with us.
That would be uncomfortable for me because I feel like I'm just messing everything up.
Literally, I like didn't try to sign anything because I was like, I genuinely, I don't know. Like I was like, I don't fucking know if I'm doing this shit right.
Yeah.
And they had a football team too.
Mm-hmm.
That I as somebody who just doesn't understand how that stuff works, I'd be very intrigued to see how that works.
It would kind of make sense to me, honestly.
I mean, it makes like I just like to see it in action because like I feel like that takes like a hyper amount of focus. Because like every play, you've got to like look over at your coach and see what he's signing and everything.
You obviously just have to watch the ball. That's the thing too. They probably obviously they do silent count and all that type of stuff. But no, I'm not. I literally wasn't.
I know you weren't. It caught me off guard mid drink. Obviously, they're doing a silent count.
Yeah, but I don't know.
No, like I said, It's more than anything, it's interesting to me because like I don't understand it, and like
it's cool to see how other how different what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like a disability, right? Or would it be?
Well, it technically is.
It is technically a disability. Yeah. It's cool to see how other disabilities are able to do the same stuff we do and just like how they operate. Mm-hmm. It's kind of cool to see.
See, like I think now if I was to go visit that college campus now as an adult, I would actually like appreciate it and be like really interested.
Yeah, because at first you're going there and you're just like, this is just so out of the ordinary for me. But now you're going back and again being older and more mature.
Like as a middle schooler, I was just like my brain is like 50% developed. I'm like, I don't have any concept of anything really. Yeah. Like I just was like, oh, field trip, cool, get to miss school type thing. And then we get there and it's just quiet. But like now, like I feel like if I went now, I'd be like, damn, this is dope. Like this is cool to see like how this stuff works. Cause I don't remember that field trip like at all. Yeah. Other than seeing that they had a football team and that it was really quiet. Mm-hmm. Those are the only two things I remember. But I think now I'd be like,
was the food good?
I don't remember. Yeah. I literally don't remember anything except for the silence and football team. That's it. But I think it would be interesting to go like as an adult and like see how that stuff, how that operates, because now I have like an understanding and appreciation of like people that have differences from me. Yeah. But yeah, it was
cool.
I don't know if sending middle schoolers on a field trip to a deaf college is the smart thing to do.
Probably not. Because I think everybody's just kind of immature.
Yeah, middle schoolers are not mature.
No, they're assholes.
And like nobody, like I don't think anybody, at least to my recollection, was like making fun of anybody for being deaf or anything like that. But like, especially middle school boys, like nobody was taking anything like seriously. Like
you also just want to make people laugh. So if you like,
exactly. Like we were like just like, oh, we're missing school for a day. That's basically all field trips were back then. It's like, oh, we get to miss school for a day. But like now, like it would be kind of cool. So I feel like probably just wasn't a good idea to take a bunch of middle schoolers to a deaf college.
Probably not.
Even though we were supposed to be like the smart, like respectful, like intelligent people. Like a middle schooler can only be so intelligent.
Yeah. Before they just go back to their primal instinct.
You're really rocking with the primal instinct phrase today, huh?
I am, man. But I guess it's time to. I assume sometimes I can kind of just feel when I feel like it's been like around an hour. I'm gonna guess right now we've been at an hour and 12 minutes.
Hour 18, about to be an hour 19. So we better wrap this bitch
Close.
up. All right. A little long.
Words of wisdom.
Would you like to go first, or you want me to go first?
I'll go.
Okay.
You are him. Timothy, you are. I am. They are. He is. She is. That's her.
But you are her.
It's essentially the same thing. But yeah, man, you just gotta feel like you're him. You gotta be walking around like you're him. Have fake confidence. If you have fake confidence, fake it till you make it, whatever. But just have confidence in what you do. That's essentially all I want to get at. And believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, how can anybody else believe in you? There you go.
Nice. I like that.
That's what I got.
I didn't know where that was going, but there was a little wisdom there at the end. I liked it.
Thanks.
For me, very simple. I'm keeping it simple the past couple episodes. You cannot say pop and forget the smoke. That's it. You just can't. If you say pop, you got to say smoke after it. So, Spencer, go ahead and tell them where they can.
All right.
That's it. That's all I've got, bro. You cannot say pop and forget the smoke. So,
that's facts.
Go ahead and let them know where they can follow you at.
Y'all can follow me at Instagram at Spencer_Payne123. You can also find me at Payne Gains on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok at Payne Gains. You want to follow me on Snapchat, that's Spencer_Payne42. follow the Uncontested Podcast at the Uncontested Podcast, and that's on Apple Podcasts, that's on Spotify, that is on Instagram, and that is on TikTok. And if you want to follow us on YouTube, that is at the Uncontested Studios. Go ahead and follow that YouTube. Like, comment, share it, 5 stars, all that good stuff. Share with your friends. And Nate, where can they find you at?
Y'all can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, both at Nate Vranis, and you can follow me on TikTok at Cucumber Water. Thank you for tuning in. I say bye. Spencer says bye.
Bye.
Sam and Olive say bye.
Peace.